Coming to you monthly since 2010, this is the TSG Multimedia Podcast about trains, model railroading, and historic preservation. We're sponsored this month by the TSG Train Crew on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/TSG Multimedia for more information. ModelRailroadControlSystems.com, electronics for operations. The Western Pacific Railroad Museum, WPLives.org. Podomatic.com, a podcast hosting and distribution platform. If you'd like to sponsor this program, please email podcast@tsgmultimedia.com.
I'm John, and this month we have some pretty cool things to share, including the San Francisco Railway Museum, an op session, talking trains, a hybrid event, and a lot more. But before we get started, take a look at the names scrolling past to my left. These are the members of the TSG Train Crew on Patreon. If you add your name to that list, you'll get to see all the Saturday features in ultra-high definition and without the watermark in the corner of the screen. It helps us out too, so join the crew today. Now on with the show.
So you'll remember last month we were talking about the diorama, and I wasn't able to show it on the podcast last month, but I'm going to show you this month, because by the time you see this, the contest will be over. But that's it. And I think it's a dead ringer for what's out there, almost. It's pretty close. And here's the third one. Good modeling, actually, happening at the SBHRS. Had to meet a guy, John, who's going to be doing the virtual production for the Bay Area Layout Design and Operations Weekend so that we could plan our setup here. And then, of course, Sydney is doing a bunch of work with some people here, so she had to talk to some people. And while we were here, we saw a whole bunch of people we know, and not all of them from SBHRS. Yeah, January tends to be kind of a slow month for us anyway. But tomorrow we have a big day. We're going to San Francisco to record at the San Francisco Railway Museum. And that's the one that I've been looking forward to. You may recall we went there in December and checked it out. So as promised, it's the next day and we're at the San Francisco Railway Museum in San Francisco. And we're going to do a video all about what this place is and what they have here. Now, of course, because it's kind of a introductory, I'm going to call it, video, we're not going to cover everything because we want people to come see this place. Because as you'll remember from the podcast segment, I think back in December or January, oh, I think my trolley's here. But you'll remember that there's a lot here, and it's a pretty small space, but they have jam-packed so much into this place. And it's right next to the ferry building in San Francisco, which is probably a world-famous destination for people. So anyway, we're going to shoot this today. I'll probably come on with an update later. But I'm excited to finally be here and finally get to do this, because this is one of those places that has been on my radar to show you and to share with you for a long time. And once I came to visit it for the first time back in December, I knew we had to do it because there's so much here and it's so cool. So on with that. Back for another update later. Okay, so you can see this is a while later and we've finished recording here. I think this will give people a great idea of what's here at the San Francisco Railway Museum. They have really a lot of stuff, and it's quite interesting with all the history behind it, and not just the history of public transportation, but the history of San Francisco as well. And once again, being in San Francisco makes me want to come back here more often. We live close by, so it's not that hard of a trip to do. But anyway, signing off for now. I'm sure I'll have some more thoughts before the end of the month. So we'll see you then.
Hi, this is a podcast update from the Talking Train Studio, where I was joined with Seth and Murph today, and we talked about, all kinds of stuff. It was kind of a what's in store for 2026. And
it was a smorgasbord of upcoming events.
It really was.
Smorgasbord.
Yeah.
Actually, we just stood up here and free associated, but we had fun.
Yes.
Well, a little bit. So we had people from the Western Pacific Museum. We had O-Scale West, SBHRS. One of my favorites, the Layout Design and Operations Weekend.
Yes,
right?
Sure.
And just all kinds of, I thought, interesting things. We even got sort of a hint about something that might be coming out to our area, or to our region, I should say, which is a really big steam engine from somewhere else. Not a lot of details on it, but some hints about what may or may not happen. So yeah, it was really cool. And I do like to have sort of an update from time to time, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on. And if you don't have a place to hear about it, you might not know. So was there anything in particular that you thought was interesting, or that got you to go, oh, I want to go do that or go see that?
I thought actually the Tuolumne weekend was really interesting.
Yeah.
Those were all good meets individually over the years, but maybe a little bit far from the Bay Area for one day. So I think that was very good marketing for them to put them together. It sounds like a great program.
Yeah, they've been doing the West Side reunion and the Sierra seminar on the same weekend in the same place for years. But they've finally sort of combined them into sort of a one weekend event, right? That's now that, they're working together, and I think it's great.
Yeah, I think that's definitely, there's some synergy there, right?
Yeah. And the people that are putting both of those events on are just super great people. So,
yes.
So what about you, Murph? Was there something that you heard about that sort of piqued your interest?
Well, I already knew it was coming. It's CLD OPSEG weekend coming up. I'll probably be doing the virtual version of it. I've been having some back problems lately, but it's always a lot of fun. Some really great people that go to this event. I'll have to sneak in at least and get some time in there, face-to-face meeting and greeting some people.
Yeah.
But yeah, should be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Unfortunately, by the time this podcast comes out, that meet happened last weekend.
Oh, well.
But for the Patreon supporters, they're going to see this update probably this week or early next week. So,
well, if you have Patreon supporters who are planning to attend all or part of it, we are planning to have be like a no-host dinner Saturday night after the op session. So definitely check the page. I think Sid sent out a poll for who was interested last week. And we have like 15 or 20 people who are interested in that. So just be real nice. Come out, have a nice dinner. I think we're planning to be at one of the Armadillo Willies.
The artist formerly known as Armadillo Willie. It's
exactly.
Armadillo Empire or Empire Armadillo now.
Armadillo Empire, I believe.
Yeah, Armadillo Empire in Sunnyvale, actually. And I'm sure if you Google it, you'll find it.
Right, the reanimated armadillo. Anyway,
one of the engineers that used to work at Apple is one of the owners. And
yes,
matter of fact, he was in my group at Apple for a long time. Yeah, so
nice.
So he was the connection, actually, and. So anyway, we'd all love to see you there. And relatively low, investment and effort compared to spending all day Sunday at the core part of the meet, which you can, of course, pick up on the virtual. So anyway, another thing you might do.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Thanks, guys, for coming. Had fun as usual.
Always.
And that's it for this update. We'll catch you on the next one.
Okay.
Hi, I'm here at the R&D today. That's Dave Loveless's layout where we do op sessions, usually about once a month. And I've invited my friend John Dyson, who came over from the Valley, to come operate here. I think this is John's first op session, like organized op session. I know he's done some operations on Gary's layout in Sacramento. Goofy Gary. I call Gary's Railroad the Gary Pacific, but it isn't. It's something else. But anyway, so this is the first sort of organized op session for John, and it should be interesting. I'll be asking him if he had fun or that kind of what his impressions are, I guess, once we're done. So this is a little bit later, and John just finished his first job. Now, I helped, because that's what we do here when we get someone new. We'll help them with their first job. But what do you think, John, is your first job?
This is really fun. I was looking forward to this. I was excited, nervous. But, well, it's pretty fun.
And chances are you'll probably get to do something by yourself here pretty soon.
I hope so. If I really screw things up.
Yeah. If not, well, you might want to stop the train before you screw that up.
Yeah.
And if you don't end up doing it by yourself, because it's a harder job, then I'll be there to help. So,
okay.
But that's what we do here, and it's John's first time, right? Really on an organized op session. So.
What's nice about this is that I can figure out when I build my own layout what I want to do.
Yeah. And what's really nice is that lunch is happening real soon.
Yes, it is.
So
I think I will wait to do something new after lunch.
We'll be back with an update later. What are you doing over here?
I'm switching away here at Salinas.
Salinas.
And this can be a real busy job.
Oh, yeah.
The train's coming left, train's coming right.
It's part yard and part local, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So it's a very comprehensive job. I like it.
Good. You're a comprehensive guy, Tom.
Every time the jump was... The most important thing is to have fun. The second most important thing is to learn something. And the third is to pay off the layout owner. You can leave that part in?
It was great. I learned a lot of things, had a lot of fun. Can't wait to do it again someday.
This should be a familiar sight. These are the guys that I carpooled over with. Charlie, did you have fun today?
No, I had a miserable time.
Yeah.
I had to hang out with you again.
But we didn't, though.
Well, that's true. And I hardly got insulted today. It was hardly a real op session.
Right, that's the problem. But I made sure to go over and give him some special attention. And told him, what did I say? You came over and said you sucked or something? Or no, did anyone tell you sucked today? That's what it was.
Well, it's a difference between anyone telling me I suck and you telling me I suck. You do it with such panache.
It means more coming from me. Yeah.
Yes, I had a good time today, as always.
Tom was working Salinas. Did you have fun working Salinas?
Salinas is a ball. It keeps you on your toes constantly. Just when you think everything is in line, along comes a through freight and dumps a ton of cars for you to sort out.
Yep. So another successful operation.
I think so.
And we got a new convert today.
Oh, yeah.
John expressed some interest in coming again.
Good.
So, yeah. So I'd say that's 3 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Hello, we've come to the SBHRS today, Santa Clara Depot, because
we have an event here tomorrow. That's the Layout Design and Operations Weekend event that we've been talking about here on the channel for months now. And as you're watching this will have happened last week. Hope you joined us because it's going to be a really good event. So anyway, I'll have some updates later. Maybe I'll show you our setup this time. I'm not even sure what it's going to be because we have someone helping who I haven't worked with on this before. So it should be very interesting. So this year we have a little bit different setup. We have our audio and video stuff going here, and it feeds into a little device here, and I don't know what all these things are, but our friend John who brought this stuff does. I know what that monitor is, and I know that this controls the cameras because I've used these before. And then we're going to have the presentation being fed into a computer here, and then we're going to have our host feeding out of a computer here. So should be good though. I mean, it's a pretty good setup. Didn't take long to get it done. And I'm going to mention one more time that you can do this. You don't have to have a setup as fancy as what we have, but you could just have a presentation computer running a Zoom meeting. That would be right here. And as long as you have an internet connection, you can do this yourself for your own division or your own region or your own event. And if you'd like to email me, I'd be happy to share with you a setup that would be really easy to do. First day, of course, was set up. Now we're here back at the SBHRS in Santa Clara to do the Bay Area Layout Design and Operations Weekend. Caltrain's just leaving here. But anyway, showed you the setup, and today we're going to do it. And I've been looking forward to this because this is one of those events where it seems like, oh, that's still a few months away. This happens all the time. And I talk about this every time it happens, that, oh, it's a few months away, and then suddenly, oh, shoot, this is happening today. Well, this is today. So we're going to go do our private party. I heard there might be donuts in here.
Lots of spurs down the street. Along this whole stretch, there is no runaround, and so everybody has to plan ahead. Facing point switches, trailing point switches, and do your work. I should have bought stock in microengineering before doing this project. Laying some ties. There is nothing more viscerally fun than that peeling of the tape strip.
So this is a bit later, and we're taking our lunch break. The morning session of this event is done, and it went really well. The clinics were very interesting, and the production seems to be going flawlessly, which is really good. So far, so good.
So this results in a weigh bill file per shift, and a file can contain 100 cars perhaps. Empty car order file again.
People are enjoying themselves. It's just a great event. If you ever have a chance to join us either in person or virtually, you should definitely do it. So it's a bit later, and the event is now over. There's some people in there taking down the last of the video and audio equipment that we used. And I'd say it was probably another successful iteration of the Bay Area Layout Design and Operations Weekend event. We had some really good clinics this time, as we always do, and you should check it out sometime if you didn't join us this time. It's a great event, and lots of really smart people and interesting topics, and just a great time.
And now for the catches of the month. Raymond Swift sends in this great shot from Niles Canyon as a Union Pacific GE AC-45C CTE emerges out of a tunnel built in 1909, leading an intermodal train bound for Oakland, California. Note that the top of the tunnel was notched so high loads would fit.
Great catch, Ray. Next up, some photos from Down Under, where Lucas Woodward has been working shifts as a signalman at Menzies Creek and Belgrave on the Puffing Billy Railway. The first photo shows the view from the signal box at Menzies Creek as diesel hydraulic DH5, with the undergear inspection train in tow, waits for Lucas to set the signal to allow it to traverse the crossing and run around. The second photo is at Belgrave as ex-South African NGG 16129 backs on to the first train of the day bound for Lakeside. The third photo is also at Belgrave as NA Class Prairies 6A and 8A depart for Menzies Creek with 18 cars on the 10 a.m. train just this past Sunday. The final photo shows 6A on the same day as it prepares to depart Belgrave on the 12:30 lunch train. Cool shots. Thank you so much for sending them in. If you have a train or model catch you'd like to share, please email it to podcast@tsgmultimedia.com. Be sure you own the shots and include the whats, whens, and wheres of the shots you send in. If you enjoy what we do here, be sure to subscribe, share the videos with your friends, and comment as often as possible. These things will help others find us, and they're all free to do. And of course, if you can, join the TSG Train Crew on Patreon as well. That helps directly. Thanks so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.
TSG Train Crew members get behind-the-scenes access and sneak previews in 4K ultra-high definition. Go to patreon.com/TSG Multimedia for more information.